Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Bat here. Hope you doing well. So, with the new release of Killers of the Flower Moon, the new Martin Scorsese slash Leonardo DiCaprio collaboration, since it's been 10 years since they worked together, this would be the perfect opportunity to do a ranking of the Scorsese slash DiCaprio collaborations the movie that they have worked on together. So here we go. I like all these movies. I don't think there's a bad movie in this list. Come on, you got Scorsese and DiCaprio. There is no way there is a bad movie in any of these films. So here we go. Starting out with Shutter Island. This was the 2010 film. This deals more of a psychological film. Leonardo DiCaprio plays a police detective trying to find somebody with the help of Mark Ruffalo. This also stars Ben Kingsley, Matt Sydow, Michelle Williams, Patricia Clarkson. I think this is a good movie. This was very not what I was used to with Martin Scorsese or even Leonardo DiCaprio. I think the things that work in this movie are the cinematography, beautiful cinematography, the music is great, and the editing. The editing in this movie is very, very good. It makes you wonder too, like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Is someone playing a trick on me? The editing is great in this film. And once again, DiCaprio is great. Mark Ruffalo is great. I like the mystery aspect. It's just never been one of those movies that I want to watch a DiCaprio Scorsese film. It's not the one I go to right away. On my list is the new one, Killers of the Flower Moon. I just put up my review, so I'm not going to really talk about it too much on here. I still think Leo did a great job. Robert De Niro, Lily Gladstone, all great performances, well shot, well edited. And like I said, I've only seen this once. Maybe over time it will move up on my list. But for right now, I'm going to have it second to last on here. Next for me is Gangs of New York. This was the first DiCaprio Scorsese collaboration in 2002. This is a pretty phenomenal movie on itself. It has a great ensemble. Not only you got Leo, you got John C. Reilly in here, playing someone that you're not used to seeing him. He's so known for comedies now, but early in his career, he did a lot of dramas. You had Brendan Gleeson in here, great job. Liam Neeson in here as the father at the beginning. You have Jim Broadbent in here. You got Cameron Diaz, who ends up being the weakest part of this film. I do wonder why they went with Cameron Diaz and not maybe a bigger actress, or at least someone who can do the lifting with the Daniel Day-Lewis and a Leonardo DiCaprio and a Brendan Gleeson and a Liam Neeson. I mean, come on. And then, like I said, you got Daniel Day-Lewis. Bill the Butcher. Iconic character. To me, when I think of Daniel Day-Lewis, I think of Gangs of New York. I know people think of There Will Be Blood, but I think of Gangs of New York. He is excellent in this movie. He steals the movie from everybody. He is just menacing. He has some great monologues, great lines. This movie is violent. It's almost I think it might be 3 hours long. This was my true introduction to Scorsese and seeing DiCaprio in a different light. That year he also had Catch Me If You Can, that around the same time, holiday season. Though it really was a 1-2 punch for DiCaprio, like letting people know, I'm here, I'm serious, just watch. Into The Aviator. The Aviator was the second collaboration between Scorsese and DiCaprio. This is about Howard Hughes. This, for a movie that's almost 3 hours, it covers his entire life in one movie, which is pretty amazing all in itself. I actually saw this movie in the theater in December of 2004. Me and my friend Maurice, I think we were the only ones in the theater that were, you know, in our teenage years. I was only a freshman in high school at the time. And this also has a great cast. Alec Baldwin is in this. Alan Ada was great in this. I think you had John C. Reilly working again with Scorsese. You have Alec Baldwin in here. You have Kate Blanchett, who ended up going on to win Best Supporting Actress for the role. You have Kate Beckinsale in here. And there's Jude Law shows up in a couple scenes. Like I said, this movie has Ian Holm, Bilbo Baggins at the time. He was in this movie. I mean, there's other actors in this movie if you go back and watch it that you'll notice. But it's a great film. It covers, like I said, Howard Hughes' entire life. I think this is the movie that really showed Leonardo DiCaprio that, oh yeah, he's one to look at. Especially when you get into the second half of the movie where Howard Hughes goes a little nuts, goes a little crazy, peeing in jars, being more of a recluse. You really start to see Leo shine tremendously in those moments. And I think it's a great movie. It's well shot, well directed, edited, performances. And you just look at the life of Howard Hughes and you go, what a life. I mean, he was a film director. He, Pan Am Airlines. He was a pilot. He did this, he did that. And it's like, wow. Now that is a full life. Plus all the women, all the famous movie stars. He was, Audrey Hepburn and Kate Beckinsale's character. I mean, you just look at, and there were others. I mean, and this really also showed a little bit of that playboy of Leonardo DiCaprio, which Howard Hughes was. So it was all a combination of everything. And like I said, this is one of my favorites. I had to put number 2, The Departed, Billy Costigan, Leonardo DiCaprio. What are you having? Grape juice. What are you? On your period? This is an excellent movie. This was my number 1 favorite movie of 2006. I saw it for my birthday that year. Like between The Departed and Casino Royale that year, it was like, ooh, which one? That's my favorite. This is an excellent movie, an excellent mob film, an excellent crime film. It has, to me, one of the best ensembles, probably in almost any Scorsese film. You got Leo. You got Matt Damon, who, by the way, when you make Matt Damon a complete asshole from beginning to end, that is an accomplishment, brother. That is a fucking accomplishment. You make Matt Damon one of the most likable people on the planet, and you make him a fucking asshole. Win-win. Then you got Mark Wahlberg, ends up getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor. You got Martin Sheen. You got Alec Baldwin returning from The Aviator. You got Vera Farmiga, way before Bates Motel or The Conjuring. And she holds her own. Then you get I got a rat in my crew. A fucking rat. Gnawing, heathen, fucking rat. Fucking Jack Nicholson. I mean, Jack Nicholson was already, Mount Rushmore of actors. I mean, Joker, Shining, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, as good as it gets. I mean, even Anger Management. I mean, what Jack Nicholson as Frank Costello, inspired by Whitey Bulger, was a stroke of genius. I mean, Jack Nicholson in this movie is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. I mean, this movie is excellently paced, great editing, great music. I mean, the action is great, the violence is great. It feels like Goodfellas and Casino in moments. I mean, and then this is a movie that really put me over when it came to Lee. This is when I said Leonardo DiCaprio is one of my favorite actors. When he has that scene with Jack Nicholson, and they're sitting down, and, Jack Nicholson thinks Leonardo DiCaprio is the fucking rat. And Leo's going toe-to-toe with Jack. And I'm not the fucking rat. I'm not the fucking rat. How do you know? Maybe it's one of your other guys. You're getting old. Maybe one of your guys wants to pop you. No. And the way Leo takes over that scene over Jack Nicholson, who was already just leaps and bounds, like taking over this movie in every scene he was in, it really proved Leonardo DiCaprio is truly a fucking winner now. And to the point that this movie did not nominate Leonardo DiCaprio as for Best Actor. He was nominated for Blood Diamond that year instead of The Departed, which is mind-blowing to me. Because you gave the Oscar nomination to Mark Wahlberg. He was good in the movie, but he's not in the movie that much, by the way. Especially when you get into like the third act. And yes, Jack Nicholson deserved the Oscar nomination, but both of those were supporting. But you don't give the Best Actor nomination to Leo DiCaprio? I'm telling you, if he was nominated, he would have won that year. He would have won for The Departed. And he would have deserved it. But yeah, and then you get to that ending, that third act is still one of the most shocking moments in movies. When the elevator opens up and pow! Leonardo DiCaprio gets shot. I remember being in the theater going, what the fuck just happened? Our main character is dead. What the fuck just happened? It's a great moment. Shocking moment. And then you get into the final moment with Mark Wahlberg in the apartment of Matt Damon, and you're like, yes! Finally! Yes! And I even like the little fucking rat walking across the window at the end. This is a great movie. I love this movie. It's easily one of my favorites. I think my number one that year in 2006. But what's my true number one? The Wolf of Wall Street is my number one favorite DiCaprio Scorsese film. I said this already. This is the fastest 3-hour movie ever. Ever. I still cannot believe how fast this movie is. Number one. Number two, this is still the funniest film in the past 10 years. I literally watched this movie about a month ago, and I could not stop laughing. To the point that I was drinking, and it was coming out of my nose and my mouth. Because I was laughing so much. I couldn't control it. This movie shows Leonardo DiCaprio can do comedy and nail it. Jonah Hill, I thought was excellent in this movie. We were introduced to Margot Robbie in this film. Without this movie, there would be no Margot Robbie on the level that she is today. You got Kyle Chandler in here as the FBI investigating Jordan. I mean, you got Rob Reiner as his father. You got John Favreau in here. I mean, John Barenthal. This movie is excellent. It's the most funniest movie in the past 10 years. It moves at a great pace. You don't feel the 3 hours. It has some violent movement. I cannot believe this movie was rated R. This movie should have been like NC-17. With the amount of nudity in this movie, the amount of drugs. Get the nude! I'm not fucking dying. I'm not fucking leaving. Matthew McConaughey in here. I mean, this movie is so funny. I can't stop saying that. Benny Hanna? Benny fucking Hanna? Out of all the blazes, Benny fucking Hanna? I mean, this movie's gonna hit its 10-year anniversary in December, and I'm already thinking about what am I gonna do? What scene am I gonna recreate? There's a number of them in this movie, that's for sure. And Leonardo DiCaprio, excellent in this movie. He was nominated for Best Actor. He should have won for this movie. It is a phenomenal film. And I think we didn't know Martin Scorsese had it in him. I mean, when you watch the movie, you go, Martin Scorsese made this? Wow. It's just a phenomenal movie. And it deals with the rise and fall of somebody based on a true story. I mean, it is phenomenal. There are so many great moments, so many great lines. The music, the soundtrack is excellent. I mean, the entire scene of the loon, finally taking effect is still one of the most funniest moments in movies. I mean, him falling down the stairs, and getting into the car, and then driving the car home is hilarious. I mean, everything in this movie is hilarious. I mean, The Duchess is an excellent movie. There is nothing better than this movie when it comes to Scorsese and DiCaprio. I mean, if you don't like The Wolf of Wall Street, you can get the fuck out. Because it's a brilliant movie. I can't help it. I mean, I love The Departed. The Departed is up there. But The Wolf of Wall Street is on a whole nother level. Opening scene of how we introduced to Leo doing coke from a girl's butthole, to him doing coke, to him getting a blowjob in the car. I mean, and doing coke off of Margot Robbie's boobs. It was like, what movie are we about to watch here? I remember my aunt looking at me in the theater, turning around like, Matt, what the fuck movie did you choose? I got a high school son sitting by me watching this happen. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when Rob Reiner, known as the Equalizer, comes in and Jordan, $40,000 on appetizers, Jordan? What kind of fucking appetizers? You spend $40,000 on appetizers. Then the appetizers cure cancer, and then Jonah Hill. Yes, the appetizers did cure cancer. I mean, it's like, this is the best movie in the world. This is the best movie. And then we get to the loons. And oh my god. That's it. Once we get to the loon scene, oh my my god. that just took it on a whole nother level. So yes, those are my ranking of DiCaprio and Scorsese. Like I said, I love a lot of these movies. I think, like The Departed, Wolfie, and even The Aviator are top notch on here. So what is your favorite Scorsese DiCaprio collaboration? Is it Wolf of Wall Street? Is it The Departed? Is it The Aviator? Hey, it might even be Shutter Island. Or it might be the new one, Killers of the Flower Moon. Once again, Matt the Bat here.